banquet hall, Anchor Point Community Center and Senior Center. And it looks like the thrift store is just opening up. So there's a thrift store here too. I almost should have went through that as well. See if I can find a Rabushka. Actually, I think I'm gonna turn around and go in there and see if I can find a Rabushka, a Rabashka. And what that is a traditional Russian men's shirt. Since I've been having a really hard time trying to find someone to make me one, I haven't asked the priest's wife yet, the Old Believer church that I sometimes go to. But I'll go check this out. And then after that, then we'll do the live stream down to the Anchor River Beach. So my apologies ahead of time. Shut this down. Go in there. And I'm just going to try to tuck this into my pocket so it can be incognito. Oh, no Rabashka for me. It's getting pretty windy. I think the storm is starting to get closer. So now I think I'll hit up Star's Coffee Shop on the way to the beach. Go check that out. Sorry if my camera work wasn't great in there, but I didn't want to be like rude and be videotaping people. So in Alaska, a lot of us, we do like what it takes to survive here. And fashion just gets thrown right out the window. We don't care about any of that. People are just trying to live good lives and to help each other. And you can really tell where the mixing zones are between the modern people coming in from the outside and from the old school original Alaskan or not even so much Alaskan, but like the country spirit, where you don't have to have a gigantic gaudy McMansion and like everything that comes with the outside world. Kids don't go like play sports a lot. They stay home and work on their farms with their families, or on their homesteads with their families, or they go out and fish with their family out in the sea and work hard. And I think it's a beautiful thing. Pretty much anywhere where kids aren't staying at home and playing video games, but learning a life skill that'll help them out is an absolutely beautiful thing. Stars is pretty busy, otherwise I'd swing through there. But maybe I will on the way back. That's a coffee shop. The only thing I wish we did have a little bit bigger here was a store. Something that had like animal feed as well as groceries and canned goods and dry goods. But Homer's really close. So here's the Anchor River Bridge, and we'll take a right-hand turn and be driving along the Anchor River here. It's warmed up 4 degrees since I got down here, but it'll drop right back down in just a second. This used to be a tackle shop. I don't know what it is now. You can see the ice is jamming up the river. Some serious ice jams, and it's been flooding this road. It's actually been blocking everybody that lives back here in for a couple days at a time until they can plow all the ice out of the way. But this road goes down to the Anchor Point Beach, and this is truly the furthest west highway point in North America. You can't go any more west coast. Hi everybody in chat. Thanks for joining me. Good to see you. It's good to see at least the big chunks of ice didn't come into the road. It only flowed across it. There's a pretty little rise here right before we get to the river. There's a marsh out there, right on the seacoast, salt marsh, brackish marsh. I think we can get away with getting in here and taking a peek. I don't know if they're getting rid of this. I think this is still private, this little piece. There's a campground over here. Of course, everything's locked down like Fort Knox for the winter. The state of Alaska, if they can't get their money out of you, they're going to lock it down, block it off, and trespass you if you go there. It's the new way, I guess. So here's the Anchor Point Beach. There used to be gold mining here back in the day, gold mining and platinum. There's Mount Iliamna in the background. It's probably not going to show up because it's so white today. You can see the mountains across Cook Inlet. The wind is just raging here. You can see the grass. It's just bouncing, about ready to bounce right out of the ground. See the spray getting blown sideways off the waves. And it's always windy here. That's why these trees get stunted and get like weird shapes to them here. Sometimes only have branches on like one side. This is a pretty little campground. That's the Halibut Campground. But you can come up and camp at my place too, because I've got Hip Camp. And if you look up Pike Ainsworth on Hip Camp in Anchor Point, Alaska, and you'll find my Hip Camp and be able to come out to my campground. That's along the Anchor River, and I'll actually take you out gold panning or whatever you want to do. Teach you about mushrooms and plants that you can eat. Pick berries. So that's kind of it for what we can see today for the Anchor River camp. Well, we'll go up here to the one pullout that's open and see if we can get closer to the river. I'm coming up to a pullout here soon called the Slide Hole. Let's see if I can pull in there and see the river. Well, the look at the chats too because I can't see them and read them while I'm driving. Oy. These are all cottonwood trees, and technically, to be honest, you should never camp below cottonwood trees because the branches just inexplicably fall off and they're massively heavy. These trees have a tendency to get hollow spots in them. And there was like a Cub Scouts camp out further towards Hope, and they ended up camping in a grove of those. And one actually fell off and killed a child in a tent. Oh, there's a prime example of what I'm talking about. When you see the stump, see that big hollow opening in that? That can happen anywhere on the tree. And it looks like we're going to be able to walk up and see the river here. So I'll hop out a second and walk over there. It is icy. Happy New Year, Real Alaskan Outdoors. Good to see you. Hey, Slow Boy, Efren, Lena. I don't know how to read Aramaic, but hello to you, brother. I am learning Russian, so I'm hoping to get better at that. The ice didn't get so jammed up here as it did further up. I used to catch a lot of silver salmon here, but over the years it seems to have dwindled down pretty massively. It used to be no problem to get a limit of silver salmon here. You just see them stacked up across the bottom. Used to be a lot of big steelhead in here too. There's another example of why I never camp under cottonwoods. See that hollow stump there? And that thing probably weighs as much as 3 pickup trucks at least. Give you a headache. You see they just kind of bend and they get to a point, even right now, you know. If it got windy and those started shaking, who knows which ones of those would just crack and fall right down. Oh, bird. It's a lot colder here in these little valleys. We get these microclimates, so up and down the hills, the temperature changes like up to 20 degrees. It's really weird. Oh. This chuckle is real. Oy. I'm hoping this is a better year. At least fuel prices are starting to come down a little bit. So my hopes for 2025, since I've started to see the rebellion against property tax, is that us property owners will be secure in our homes and not have to worry about becoming homeless ever because of some stupid government property tax. It needs to be outlawed, no matter if it's local or federal. No such thing as property tax was ever intended by the founding fathers. It's evil. That's the government of Antichrist that's pushing that, and that's been stealing our money and making our old people homeless and stealing their farms. It's the devil. I 100% believe that. There's no reason for the government to need to do that. So let's get rid of property tax in 2025, get our people working again, shut down the pipeline of America's money to foreign nations that don't even need it, stop the war machine, create peace in this world. It starts with us. We have to tell our servants, our elected public servants. Oh, so as part of that, let's not call people leaders in government anymore, because that is a lie. That's the wrong way to think. They're public servants, so let's make our servants do our will for 2025. And let's see. Trying to think what else I could do for the next adventure. My knee is still fairly rough, so I got to kind of take it easy. As much as I like to be bounding through the tangles and the hills and the mountains like a wild Wolverine, my leg isn't going to let me right now. Right, I have my snowshoes on, and we'd be in the middle of some faraway muskeg forest exploring. I'll think up the next adventure. I'm sure I'll do some reading tonight, as I usually do. But I think now I'm going to grab some coffee at Stars and then head back home and ponder my next move. Oh, actually, I got to go to town and get feed. So I'm going to go do my shopping, get my feed, do all that, and then go home and ponder my next move. I love you guys, and if you see Real Alaska Fishing down there, Real Alaskan Outdoors, click on there, subscribe to all our brothers and sisters on here that needs and want subscribers. We need to support each other. And if you get a chance, check out Orthodox Family Life. Christina is an awesome woman. I think she put on a couple lives last night before one I saw that was scheduled. So just check out all Christina's stuff, Orthodox Family Life on YouTube. And also my friends, Mano and Vanny Meaties, that have SOS, or Study of Stuff channel. Really amazing people. Harmony, my buddy Jack that I go to church with, Harmony on YouTube. That'll be a life changer for you. And if you go to deathtotheworld.com, at the lower part of the main page, you'll see two of Jack's videos, Death to the World and Children of the Apocalypse. And if you have some kids, like maybe 10 and up, have them watch that with you, because it'll really help them understand God and change their life. And then go to his YouTube and check out his video on theosis, and you'll understand what we're all trying to get to in this life. So God bless you. I love all of you, no matter what religion you are, where you're at. God loves you. He wants you to turn to him and talk to him openly, truthfully, and honestly. He'll always be there. He'll never forsake you. Blessing of the Lord upon all of you. Amen. We'll catch you on the next one.